Alright everybody, today we are covering guide for our favorite bunny girl, the Ember. She's the first character in the game and we have two builds to cover, her DPS build and her sub DPS slash support build. We are going to start with the build that you should go for, and that is sub DPS slash support build. And we are going to go through everything, so you will get the idea why you should go for the support build instead of DPS. The first thing, when it comes to weapons for the support build, the best option would be the elegy. You're getting so many boosts from this weapon and you will get energy recharge, which you will desperately need. And yeah, there are a few other options as well. If you don't have elegy, well, you can go for the sacrificial bow. You can also go for stringless, because the most important thing about the support build is going to be her burst. So you can definitely go for the stringless as well. And you have Favonius. So those are the best weapons. But if you don't have them, if you have some other energy recharge weapon, well, it's going to be okay, you can use it as well. You don't need to worry too much about that. And second thing that we are going to talk about are artifacts. So, you will go for something a little bit different this time when it comes to the artifacts. You will go mainly for Noblesse because of her burst. As I said 10 seconds ago, you will mainly go for her burst, so Noblesse is going to be a great option. If you did farm a little bit more than you should when it comes to the emblem set, well, you can go for emblem as well. It is going to be just fine, and that's going to be the only two sets that you will want to use on the support build. Although I'm mainly going to say that the Noblesse is going to be a better option, but if you want, you can use emblem set. You don't need to worry about farming Noblesse if you have extra pieces on the emblem, except if you are going to use Ember quite often. When it comes to support build, you don't need her normal attack. Her Baron Bunny, well, it's just going to draw away enemies from you and they are going to attack the Baron Bunny, so you don't actually need him. The only thing that you need is her burst. And I mean, if you like Ember that much, you can go and crown, not even just her burst, you can go and triple crown her. I don't know, do what you want, but when it comes to her build, the support one, you only need her burst, and that's it. Alright, we covered the support build, now we are moving on to the DPS build, if you want to build her like that. So, the first thing, of course, weapons. You will choose mainly just the crit damage ones. I think that Yoimiya's is not going to work that well, because she would need the charge attack, because of the Constellations as well. So, the first great magic that is actually Lini's weapon would be amazing choice for Ember, and you can definitely use it. Amma's bow is not going to be that bad, but it's definitely not going to be better than the Lini's weapon. And unfortunately, there are no 4-star weapons with crit rate or crit damage that you don't need to pull for or get from the battle pass. So you will go for the attack in the substat when it comes to weapons. So you will go for the weapon with the attack in the substat if you don't have any other options that are from the battle pass and from the banners. Now when it comes to artifacts, well, now we are going to use Crimson Witch of Flames or Wanderer's Troop. Well, it depends how much did you farm for the Crimson, because Wanderer and Gladiator are not that hard to get when it comes to good substats, but when it comes to some other artifacts, well, it is definitely going to be hard. Also, you can use any of the sets that has 18 plus attack in the 2-piece, as the Gladiator and Shimanava and many new sets. Yeah, all the new sets. So just because Ember is scaling mainly from the attack, you can go for it, but I think that Wanderer and Crimson is going to be much better option. So if you want to see which artifacts are better on her, well, go and try. When it comes to stats on Ember, you should go for the attack or EM send. If you have build on Ember, then try it out. I still don't have enough artifacts to complete the build, so I do not actually know which one is better. I mean, it still depends on the build, but if you even don't have enough energy recharge for the support build, you will go with the energy recharge, which probably should be a good option, although the burst costs only 40, so I guess that you don't need energy recharge. But if you're still struggling, you can go with the ER send. Mainly you are going to decide between the attack and EM. The second thing, Goblet, you will definitely go for the Pyro one, and the Crit Circlet.
Let no one escapes my sight. Go, go, Baron Bunny! Let no one escapes my sight. Oh, judgment! Yeah. Shimmer! Lights out.
And now when it comes to talents for DPS Ember, you will want to go to the maximum with everything, triple 9 or triple crown, however you want to build her and how much ever you like her. You will want to have everything maxed out because you will need all of that, and all of those are going to be utilized throughout the gameplay. So definitely go and upgrade as much as you want. And now before teams, I'm going to go with the Constellations. The first one is mainly for DPS Ember, getting the second arrow. Again, the C2 is for DPS because you have 2 Baron Bunnies and you can shoot one of them. C4 again for Baron Bunny, so DPS one. And C6, well, that's interesting. You can utilize this one both on DPS and support Ember because you're going to get 15% attack, but for the absolutely everyone in your party, which means all characters. And yeah, movement speed and the attack 15%, both of those increased, so it's good for both DPS and support Ember. Now we have only one last thing to talk about, and those are going to be teams. We are going to talk about the support build firstly. She's good at taking down shields, and she's good at boosting pyro and the attack as well. So she will go together with any pyro DPS, and you can use her in this Paralabis against the Baptiste, the Herald one, the Lector, however you want to call them, the boss that actually has the Cryo Shield. She can with the single burst take down the whole shield, which is incredible. I used her in this Paralabis. I was surprised to see that she can actually take down the whole shield with the single burst. So If you want to actually easily take down shield, you can use her, and you're not going to regret it. And when it comes to DPS Amber, well, as every other DPS character that is scaling from the attack, you will use Benny Boy.
I won't hold you back.
And then there are few other options. Zhanling is boosting Pyro. Lisa is decreasing defense. Zhongli is providing not only shield, but he's going to actually take down all the resistances from the enemies. And then we have Kazuha, we have Venti, and we have Sucrose. All of them are going to boost your pyro damage. Of course, I didn't forget about the Vaporize and Melt teams. So there are few options. Furina as a new character is going to be an amazing option for the Vaporize. When it comes to some other characters, well, Mona is going to boost your damage even more, but her skill is actually not going to hold up that long, and then you don't have that many Vaporize options. You already have a healer, but Kokomi's skill is going to last longer than the Mona's, so you can use Kokomi. And that's actually everything from the Vaporize teams, because Xingqiu and Yelan, and I also think Nilou are not going to provide any Hydro. Nilou is going to provide Hydro while having the circle around her, but that's just taking too much time. And these two, if you're not going to fire normal attacks, then you are not going to get any Hydro applied to your enemies. So no point from those ones. And now melting. Well, melting is going to be a little bit easier, because you can use Kaya, you can use Diona, you can use Rosaria, Layla, you can use even Shenhe. She's going to boost your not only normal charge plunge attack, but also skill and burst. It just depends what you use when it comes to her skill. Then you can also use Ganyu. So you have quite few options when it comes to melting teams. And yes, in the melt teams you can still use Kazuha and all other Animo boosters, so you don't need to worry about that. You still can utilize all of that in the same teams. Even when it comes to Shenhe and Kazuha, why not in this team?
What exactly is teamwork?
You can use
Want me to come along?
both of them like this. So there are few options, it just depends who you have. It just depends who did you pull for and who you maybe accidentally got. So yeah, many options when it comes to teams, but probably the best one could be with Ganyu.
What are my orders?
But you will need the elegy on Ganyu to get the full and the maximum boost. Also for the Vaporize team you can use Ayato, I just remembered. And yeah, that's going to be everything from Amber. She is the first character that we got in this game, and she is quite outdated, but there are many people who are building her as a DPS and just having a lot of fun with amazing damage from the Baron Bunny that you can actually get. So if you want to give it a try, definitely go and test her Baron Bunny damage. I myself might just do it at the end of this video. If I succeed, then you will get a clip of that in the end. And that's everything from this guide. I will see you in the next one.
Ha! Everybody stand back!
Cheer! Fallen leaves, adorn mine.
Solidify!
No one escapes my sight!